The Indian Constitution didn't emerge overnight. It evolved through centuries of colonial rule, reforms, and revolutions. Every law and institution we have today, from parliament to judiciary, has roots in our colonial past. In this episode of JobSafal's Indian Polity series, let's uncover how a series of British acts shaped modern India. Before 1858, India was not directly ruled by the British Crown. Instead, it was under the control of the East India Company, a private trading company that gradually took political power after the Battle of Plassey in 1757. But as the company expanded, the British government began interfering through a series of acts. The first major step was the Regulating Act of 1773. It was the first time the British Parliament tried to regulate company affairs in India. It created the office of the Governor-General of Bengal and established a Supreme Court in Calcutta. Warren Hastings became the first Governor-General. This act laid the foundation for a central administration in India. Next came Pitt's India Act of 1784. It created a system of dual control, one by the British government in London and the other by the East India Company. A board of control was formed to supervise political activities in India. This act made it clear that the British government held ultimate authority. Between 1793 and 1853, several charter acts were passed. These acts renewed the company's charter and slowly reduced its monopoly over trade. The Charter Act of 1833 was a turning point. It made the Governor-General of Bengal the Governor-General of India and attempted to create a uniform administrative system across India. Lord William Bentinck was the first to hold this title. The Revolt of 1857 changed everything. The East India Company was abolished and power was transferred directly to the British Crown through the Government of India Act 1858. The title of Viceroy of India was introduced and Lord Canning became the first Viceroy. The next phase brought limited Indian participation in governance. The Indian Councils Act of 1861 allowed Indians to be nominated to legislative councils. The Act of 1992 introduced a form of indirect elections. The Morley-Minto reforms of 1909 finally allowed Indians to elect members, but only a few and separately for Muslims, introducing communal representation for the first time. After World War I, the Government of India Act 1919 introduced the concept of diarchy, a system where subjects were divided into two parts. The transferred subjects were handled by Indian ministers and the reserved subjects by the British. It also expanded legislative councils and promoted limited self-governance. Then came the Government of India Act 1935, the most comprehensive law before independence. It introduced provincial autonomy, a federal structure, and diarchy at the center, though never implemented. Most importantly, it became the blueprint of the Indian Constitution adopted in 1950. Finally, the Indian Independence Act of 1947, passed by the British Parliament, ended British rule in India. It declared India and Pakistan as two independent dominions, empowered their constituent assemblies to frame constitutions, and marked the end of 200 years of British rule. Let's quickly recap. Regulating Act 1773, first step towards central administration. Pitt's India Act 1784, dual control. Charter Act 1833, Governor-General of India. Government of India Act 1858, power to the Crown. Indian Councils Acts, representation begins. Government of India Act 1919, diarchy. Government of India Act 1935, blueprint of the Indian Constitution. Indian Independence Act of 1947, freedom at last. These acts together shaped the political foundation of modern India. In the next episode of JobSafal's Indian Polity series, we'll dive into the making of the Indian Constitution, how visionaries like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Nehru, and others gave India its soul. Subscribe to JobSafal, like this video, and visit jobsafal.com for free notes, mock tests, and daily current affairs.